Guys, if the United States of America wasn't just in bed with like every single corporation that kind of has the ability to pay, whatever senator, governor, mayor, right? Like if they couldn't do that, like if that was not a thing that could just be done, right? These are just campaign contributions, bro. Listen, we know what you're doing, right? But like if every single corporation didn't really have the ability to do that, I personally think there's no way that we would also keep children specifically under a certain age on social media. It absolutely ruins their life. It keeps them stuck inside the house. Socialization issues. They can't like meet each other like how we used to meet each other, like on the street, guys. They don't go outside anymore. They're not worried about the street lights coming on because they're already inside on TikTok or looking at reels and things, guys. Right? I don't blame a single country that has come to the point of saying, you know what, listen, maybe social media should not be raising our kids. Maybe, right? We cannot control what shows up on these screens. We cannot, not really. Don't think you can at all. Even if you install YouTube Kids on your kid's phone, do you think they're going to stay on YouTube Kids? No. Right? And we've already seen a couple of years ago how like bad actors are basically making videos calling it YouTube Kids, and it's not really kid friendly, bro. It's not. It's some crazy stuff happening, right? We've seen all of these things. So do I blame Australia specifically for coming out and saying, you know what, listen, maybe, just maybe, we should stop this, guys. But listen, this is a suggestion via Discord.
Australia is to ban children from using social media. The legislation will impose and enforce a minimum age to use platforms like Facebook and Instagram by the end of the year. Although the exact age hasn't yet been revealed, the government is consulting on settling it between the ages of 14 and 16.
It should definitely probably be higher. I'm going to be honest. If you need a license or you need to be a certain age to kind of utilize some type of alcohol or tobacco product, I do think indefinitely you should do the same for social media, because it's really just a drug nowadays, guys. It is in fact just consistent dopamine hits.
Here's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese explaining his reasoning.
I want to see kids off their devices and onto the footy fields and the swimming pools and the tennis courts. We want them to have real experiences with real people, because we know that social media is causing social harm. This is a scourge. We know that there is mental health consequences for what many of the young people have had to deal with. The bullying that can occur online, the access to material which causes social harm.
Well, our correspondent...
Guys, it took me a little bit to actually acclimate to the words you were saying, because I just didn't expect for the accent to be that thick, right? But, bro, I'm glad that someone is pointing out all of these issues. Our kids need to get outside, bro. Like, I'm tired of like driving through random like neighborhoods and not seeing a single kid outside playing, bro. I remember growing up, we used to have like basketball hoops and things like that. We'd put it into the street and all play basketball, or randomly be throwing a football up and down the street, bro. Growing up in New York, we had also hockey, right? Street hockey. Like, we used to do so many things outside, right? Accidentally ending up in like a random town on a bicycle, because you and your guys used to, I don't know, ride bikes through foreign lands, basically, right? Like, I miss all of these things. I feel bad. Like, kids do not experience these things. But like, I try my hardest to allow my kids to experience like life, bro. Like, at certain times, no TV, bro. You going out in the backyard and playing. All right. Yeah, there are bugs out there. I know. But you're gonna get bit by a couple of them. You're gonna experience life. I promise you. That's it. Life, no social media. I need you to live that.
Material which causes social harm.
Well, our correspondent in Sydney, Phil Mercer, tell me more.
Well, as we heard there from the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, he doesn't want an Australian child's best friend to be a device. He wants them out on the football field or playing netball on a court. So what his government is proposing, that before the next election, which is due before May of next year, he wants to bring in new legislation that would set a minimum age for children to access social media. He hasn't said how young an Australian would have to be or how old they would have to be in order to set up an account. It's likely to be somewhere between 14 and 16 years of age. The Prime Minister is favouring the upper level in that age range. But many unanswered questions remain. How would this be enforced? We know that facial recognition and age verification software will be trialled in this country ahead of any specifics relating to this legislation. So essentially, Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister, wants to clamp down on young people's use of social media because he says that parents are worried sick about what their experiences might be.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. Out of all the platforms, I would probably say Snapchat should be the highest. All right, you should definitely have that age at probably 18, okay? Because we don't know what they just said. I'm just going to be honest, right? I mean, disappearing, temporary message, it's super secretive. As soon as you try to click in, you don't even know what the whole conversation was. You just see a score, kind of like knowing you were talking to, or your kid was speaking to someone for a really long time, okay? And you have no idea what they actually were speaking about, okay? So it's definitely not TikTok. Well, TikTok also, but it's definitely Snapchat and those disappearing messenger apps.
And at the moment, there is already supposed to be an age limit imposed by people like Facebook and Instagram.
Right, but they don't care.
We want users to be, I think, at least 13 years old. But the question is going to be partly around enforcement and personal liberty and freedom, I guess.
Well, this debate is ongoing not in Australia, but as you say, right around the world. How much time on a device is good and what should young people be consuming? Now, people who are concerned about Australia's rush to impose a minimum age say that essentially it would deprive Australian children of the benefits of social media. For many young people, they happily use social media as a way to connect with their friends, to be educated and informed. And what some critics of the Prime Minister want is not this sledgehammer approach to imposing a minimum age, but more work to be done to make the internet more appropriate and accessible for children. So it is a massive debate in this country, and the government is promising to bring in new laws by the end of the year. So it is very much in a hurry in this regard.
All right, guys, listen. Okay. We need to implement something like this in the United States of America. I think most countries that utilize social media need to do this. We are not giving our kids a chance. Right? We're not at all. And I know you guys remember your childhood. They don't have that. They don't have that at all. They're stuck on their phone. They're iPad kids. Like Gen Alpha right now, iPad kids. All right, that is their existence. Playing nonsense Plant vs. Zombies games and watching just nonsense brain rot content in reels. So is that what you want your kids to grow up encountering? No, I don't. But all right, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, I definitely think that we should be bringing this to the United States of America. We need this. I'll catch you guys later. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.